Two disastrous moves by President Biden are part of a pattern of making an already unstable world even more dangerous. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. The most astonishing aspect of an administration that has already done real damage to our economy, which post-COVID should be booming instead of limping, is how it is seriously jeopardizing our very security and that of the free world. We haven't seen such deadly obtuseness and wrong-headed thinking since the 1930s, where blunder after blunder led to World War II. Two recent actions epitomize the fundamentally irresponsible approach President Biden and his team are taking to the growing threats to our way of life and to a world where our values can flourish. One was the decision to block any new liquefied natural gas LNG exporting facilities, a double cross of our European allies and a major victory for Vladimir Putin. The other is the White House's intense pressure on Israel not to finish off Hamas as a major terrorist threat by taking over its last stronghold in Gaza, the city of Rafah. The move to halt permits for new LNG export projects is a boon for Russia. Before the Ukraine war, Europe was becoming more and more dependent on cheap Russian natural gas to meet its energy needs, an appetite intensified by the continent's headlong plunge into so-called renewables, windmills and solar panels that are very expensive and unreliable sources given the vagaries of weather. Led by an irresponsible Germany, the dependence on Putin for critical supplies of gas would have become far worse by the construction of a new pipeline, which the Trump administration had tried to stop. Only Putin's invasion of Ukraine put an end to it for the moment. If the Biden ban isn't reversed, however, Germany and Europe will be forced to buy Russian gas again. They already had made commitments to purchasing LNG from a prospective facility here in the U.S. No wonder the Kremlin is crowing, adding that there will be no discounts for the Europeans. The ban is a blow to our economy and security. The world needs more gas. Demand will grow 50% or more in coming years. Russia's power will thereby expand. We can easily slake this global thirst for natural gas. Instead, the Bidenites have decided to empower Putin, thereby abetting his imperial ambitions and dooming Ukraine. Given global antisemitism, it's no surprise various countries and international organizations are denouncing Israel's campaign against Hamas after October 7th, conveniently overlooking that Hamas deliberately puts civilians in harm's way. Jerusalem has gone out of its way to avoid civilian casualties, even at the cost of suffering additional losses of its own forces. Joining this pro-Hamas chorus demonstrates Biden's deadly myopia about Iran and the Middle East. Letting Hamas survive and regroup to fight another day tells the world that evil is triumphing. That, and aiding Putin, tells the world the U.S. is an utterly unreliable ally these days, and that countries had better think of adjusting to a new world increasingly dominated by Russia, China, and Iran. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.